All right. Well, this is another one I saw out there. I thought it was interesting because, like, when we started in Illinois, there was only two divisions, and now there's three, right? And like, so having more than two divisions at high school state tournaments is lame. And then the other one was also diminishing the first period to 1 or a minute and a half in the wrestlebacks at a high school state tournament is also lame. So I think that like some states, like California, are crazy. They only have one division, and some states like Virginia are
Yeah.
crazy because they got like seven divisions, right? And so I think there's probably a medium. It should be more potentially around the number of schools as opposed to. I mean, Alaska's got like so many divisions, and it's like that just like cracks me up.
Yeah.
like, like that just seems crazy. But like the 1 minute period, 1.5 minute periods, like I always appreciated those in the wrestlebacks. I was personally not very good on my feet, and so like, it was also like it was beneficial in a lot of ways to for me as a wrestler. I felt to have the one
Yeah.
two two periods or hey, give me 1-1-1. It's all good. But
The it makes the tournament run a lot faster, which is
yeah, I mean, like
really
this,
really the point.
yeah, the state tournament.
But
Uh,
about the divisions,
yeah, go ahead.
so I right now, at least in California, and I think in most of the country, there are 14 weight classes. I think Michigan is an anomaly, but anyway,
They've got 13, right? I think.
yeah,
Hmm.
14 weight classes, and it is super common for teams to have forfeits or just somebody that they pulled out of the hallway and said, "Hey, we need you to like hopefully get a forfeit." Like people who
Right.
are just aren't even wrestlers,
Yeah.
in the varsity, and I always thought that like say there are three divisions, like Division 3A should have 14 weight classes, and then Division 2A should have 13, and then Division 1A has 12. And then it really is mapping to like the size of your program.
Right.
And
That makes
you
sense.
de you decide like how can I field like a competitive team without having to like grab kids out of the hallway and make them wrestle.
Hmm. Right.
And so basically you'd have different weight classes, and you got to keep the smallest and you got to keep heavyweight. But then you just kind of redesigned, the in between. And then when you have tournaments, you'd have either a triple A tournament, a double A tournament, or a single A tournament. And you might even get some interesting like situations where somebody's wrestling up like only 2 or 3 pounds and not a full weight class.
Hmm.
Those kinds of things. And
Right.
I think it'd make it a lot more competitive. I think it'd make high school duels like more interesting to watch, less forfeits. Um, Obviously, if there's two less weight classes, there's going to be you'll find a way to make sure that your two least competitive guys get out of the lineup. You know,
Right. Yeah, I do like the. I mean, 14's a lot, right?
yeah.
For a
I mean, how many teams have more than
six.
like 25 guys on them?
Right. Yeah.
So like everyone's varsity, it's a lot.
I mean, we had a big room, right? And Oak Park always had a huge room, right? And we like,
Yeah,
I mean, we had full teams at varsity, full teams at JV, full
yeah,
pretty near full teams at JV two. But I can tell you, if you're a JV two heavyweight or a JV two 98 pounder or whatever it is these days, there's definitely a lot of forfeits in your record,
right,
for sure. Um, so yeah, and like it does make sense if the smaller schools to have less wrestlers, or
right.
they have less wrestlers, so they should have less weight classes. So yeah,
Or even if you're like a big school and you're just like competing with like basketball and soccer and just it just depends on your state what sport happens in the winter.
hmm,
And you might just be like, we can only our team size is between 20 and 25. We might as well go single A and just
yeah, right,
have 12 spots.
yeah, that'd be interesting too, right? Just like allow schools to pick divisions.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's cool.